Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Man, Antonelli here with Antonelli Softball. Today we're going to go over an infield drill. Going to talk about the mechanics used and how it's going to help you guys out. So, first, doing the drill here is Riley Sarton. She's a third baseman for Texas A&M. She's got a really cool Instagram page. Go check it out if you haven't done so already. She throws up a lot of different drills and kind of follows her career. So the drill, we'll play it here. And what she has is someone basically just a couple feet in front of her, just throwing her some short hops, alternating forehand, backhand. If you don't have somebody to throw to you like this, you can easily just find a wall and bounce the ball off of it and field it. So you could use a racket ball, you could use a tennis ball, you could use a softball. She's actually using baseballs here. But you can get creative with it, so you don't need somebody to do this drill. But if you do have somebody, it does make it a little bit easier probably because they can throw you the exact hop they want, so they're really working here on kind of this short hop. But you can get it done whether you have someone or not. Okay, so let's kind of talk about a couple of things. First thing I want to talk about is practicing fielding one-handed plays. So if you just think about a box kind of just outside her body, if the ball is within the framework of your body, if it's somewhere in here, well, then you're going to field the ball with two hands, okay? You're going to deflect the ball, field it with two hands. If it is outside of the framework of your body, to your left or right, it's a one-handed play, okay? So it's important to keep that in mind. If it's out this way, obviously it's going to be a forehand play here. So there's a couple forehands. Let's get to a backhand real quick. If it's this way, then it's a backhand. But it's got to be a one-handed play. And you have to practice it. So what happens a lot in my experience is players are always told, use two hands, use two hands, use two hands. And they don't practice one-handed plays enough. So when these one-handed plays come up in a game, when you have to extend to your left or to your right, players not comfortable fielding it with one hand, and they either try to get it with two hands, and when you try to get this with two hands, it's much tougher. You don't get the same reach when you try to go with two hands than if you just go with one hand. You can get much further with just one hand. And it's also just a little bit tougher to get down and get low if you're moving left or right and try to get down there with two hands. So really work on, the first thing I would say is really practice and work on the one-handed plays because you're going to need to use them. Don't wait for the game to show up and then all of a sudden try to make a one-handed play because it's going to be too difficult. You want to try to field every ball in practice that you will be asked to field in a game. So that's the first thing is working on the one-handed plays. She has no glove on here, so you could do this drill with a glove, without a glove. I think when you take off a glove and you don't have a glove on, you have to be a little bit more fine with your movement, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult. You don't have the big glove to kind of aid you or help you. So a lot of the drills that we do, we start off with no gloves on, and then we go to a glove. So again, it's optional. You can do it both ways, but we like to go no gloves and then go gloves on. A couple other things. Couple of the biggest fielding points when it comes to one-handed plays, and not really just one-handed plays, but any ground ball in general, is one, you want to work from the ground up. So you want to beat the ball and play underneath the ball. It's really, really key. I tell all of our players, you want to get your eyes in the action, right? So I want to beat the ball down so that I can work up with the hop. I don't want to play from high to low because I'm going to have much harder, stiffer hands when I do that. Okay, I want to be able to use soft hands, and the only way to do that is be able to get low, beat the ball to the ground, play underneath the ball, so that I can work up with the ball if I have to. Right now, I've got really, really soft hands. Also, the closer I can get my eyes to the ball, the more chances of the ball going in to my glove. Okay, the further my eyes get away, the harder it is. So really, really good. If you think about like bunters, really, really good bunters get their eyes right behind the barrel. Okay, really good fielders get their eyes really, really close to the ball and behind their glove. Okay, so really think about it both ways. That you want to try to get low. Okay, I've got to sink my hips. I've got to really get low. You can see that her knee is almost on the ground. That's how low she is. It's about half an inch from the ground right there, and it's the biggest thing I see with young infielders and really all infielders is that they just don't get low enough and they play too high. You watch really good infielders, you watch college softball players and professional players, they get low. They get underneath the ball, they get their eyes in the action. So really important. You see the forehands there, and let's go backhand, same thing. So she's beating the ball down and she's working under the ball. You can see again that right knee is almost on the ground. Her eyes are really close to the ball, and she does a really good job of working from the ground up. That's the big thing we tell all of our players. You want to work from the ground up. Okay, get your eyes in the action and work from the ground up. You'll have soft hands. So hopefully this helps you out. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section below. We're going to be throwing up a bunch of different drills, infield drills, outfield drills, so make sure to keep an eye out for our other videos. Subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. Share it with all your friends. I'd really appreciate that. And that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck, and we'll talk to you later.